last thing we're going to talk about is you watched the Doctor Who Christmas special.
I did.
I'm a bad fan. I still haven't watched everything.
Well,
but feel free to spoil things with me. I deserve it. I deserve it. It's my own fault.
Everything spoiled.
It's my own damn fault.
All right. So, do you want me to talk at all about the parts of the last season that you haven't seen yet?
Yeah, because I missed like the last 3 episodes, and I didn't see last year's Christmas special.
Right.
And I didn't see this one. So I'm probably 5 episodes out.
So the last, specifically, you kind of picked the worst episodes to not watch from last season because everything happens. Like all of the ongoing storyline comes
dead?
To a head in those last.
Is Clara
3
gone? Because I don't like her, and that's probably one of
dead.
the reasons I don't want to. I stopped watching because I was just like, man, I just don't like
straight
Clara.
up, like she dies pretty early.
Good.
Fuck
Clara.
When they introduced Arya Stark's
she got a big head, dude. Yeah, I remember seeing that episode.
Yeah,
because she can't grow older. She's like immortal.
Yeah.
That may have been one of the last episodes I saw.
Yeah, but like they meet her again in one of these episodes, and Clara gets killed by a raven, and
nice.
And so then
she deserved it.
The doctor has to. The doctor has to go off, do his own thing. It's been quite some time since I even watched these, but he gets trapped in his own, like, do you remember the little disc thing, that gold disc that the mistress brought to Clara at the beginning of that season?
Yes.
That's like basically his last will and testament type thing.
Okay.
So he gets trapped inside that, and it's like this ever-repeating dungeon where this thing is chasing him around.
Okay, cool.
That was one of the best episodes of the entire season.
See, now you make me want to watch it.
So he's like, it's this castle, and it's surrounded by, an endless sea or something like that. He can't escape the castle, is what I'm getting at. But he figures out that he is in an ever returning, like just an endless time
like
loop.
A loop. He's Groundhog Day.
Yeah, except that it's not really a time loop, it's a life loop.
Uh-oh.
Because every time he's killed by the thing that's following him around in this castle, he doesn't regenerate, but he just respawns, basically.
Yeah, he respawns, yeah.
And so, like, he notices that, like, dust in this one room keeps, like, filling up, and corpses are, like, decaying and stuff like that, but he doesn't remember it. Every time he respawns, he doesn't remember it. He just discovers everything all over again. And he figures it out eventually that there's this wall made of, like, diamond that he has to punch his way through. But it's fucking diamond. So he has to punch his way through this diamond wall over and over again for like 20,000 years before he can escape. And when he escapes, he's with the Time Lords.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
They bring the Time Lords
They brought the Time Lords back.
Okay. I gotta see it now.
Yeah,
dude,
you do. You really do.
now.
Because some crazy ass shit happens even after that.
So fast forward to the
we'll
Christmas
fast forward
special.
To the River Song Christmas special.
I love River Song.
Do you want me to spoil this one for you too?
Does she die? Well, I mean, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, she died in the library.
She died in the first episode she was introduced in, or the second part of the first episode.
Exactly. Yeah. So, do you?
I don't know. Can you talk about the latest Doctor Who Christmas special without spoiling what happened to River Song for me?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do that instead, because I
River
do
Song,
love River Song a lot.
And you really definitely want to, especially considering how much
I may start watching some of those tonight. Actually,
dude, they're so good.
Yeah.
But considering how much you love River Song, I don't want to spoil that one for you. So this latest Christmas special, apparently the people in the UK are not liking it as much.
Really? It's like the return of Dr. Mysterio or something was the title of it.
Yeah.
There's like a superhero element to it.
There is. And frickin' Justin Chatwin plays the titular superhero.
Okay.
He's actually not the titular superhero because that's the Doctor. The Doctor is Dr. Mysterio.
Of course.
Yeah. But Justin Chatwin's superhero name is Ghost.
Okay.
The Ghost, something to that effect. But at the very beginning of the episode, you see the Doctor hanging and like floating by the window of this kid who's like sick or something like that. Yeah, that was a pretty big thing. He was sick, and so he wakes up, and the Doctor's like knocking on the window every time he swings past it. And the kid opens it up. He's like, "Who are you?" "I'm the doctor."
Little boy,
Yeah.
let me in
Yeah.
your bedroom
Can
window.
can you help me? I'm going to fall. I'm going to die because they're in a high rise
Okay.
in New York. And
So it's set in America?
yeah, it is.
Okay, let me ask you this. All right, so with the exception of when they actually filmed some episodes of Doctor Who in America, within the Matt Smith run,
Mhm.
there were some episodes like the Daleks of Manhattan,
Yeah.
where you could tell they were British actors doing American accents, and there's always something just a little bit off.
Yeah.
A little bit off on their American accents. Did we get any of that in this episode?
There's only one actual British character that isn't already just straight up using a British accent.
Okay.
The girl that plays the love interest for Justin Chatwin, she is actually English, but she sounds like American, and she does all right. No, I didn't notice anything off about hers. And of course, Justin Chatwin is American, so
Right. All right.
yeah. So the kid runs off and he tells his parents that there's a dude hanging outside the window, and apparently the kid's parents are just like, "Yeah, let him in. We were expecting him."
Really?
Because they were expecting Santa Claus. Which, still, at the same time, wait, what? There's a man hanging outside your window that wants to be let inside the house? Sure, let him in, 8-year-old child.
Because he's probably Santa Claus.
Because he's
Santa
probably
Claus
Santa
totally
Claus.
exists, right? So
Yeah,
anyway.
so that was weird. But the doctor is like, "I'm setting a trap," or something like that. "I've got this thing up on the roof. You want to come see it?" And kid's like, "Sure."
And they're all like, "Sure, 8-year-old child, go up onto the roof with this stranger
Yeah.
that you just met."
Whatever. Yeah. So they go up on the roof. There's some techno babble that the doctor's talking about. But he's like, "All right, I want you to hold on to this little red crystal. And then we're going to plug it into this machine. It'll be the last thing that we do, and it's really important." The kid eats it, apparently.
What?
Because the doctor says he's a doctor, and he hands him a little red thing that looks like medicine.
Oh my god.
So the kid eats it and gets superpowers.
So that's the ghost guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he grows up
So yeah,
to be
then the doctor returns years later, and the guy's all grown up. He's doing the superhero thing. He's also a nanny of the British girl that I was telling you about. That is American.
His alter ego?
Yeah, his alter ego is her nanny because he's been in love with her for like the last 15 years, apparently. So there's a giant corporation that is doing nefarious things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's obviously run by aliens
Well,
that
of
are
course.
trying to replace heads of state with these weird fucking blue brains that have eyeballs. It's
Sounds
kinda
like
cool.
Doctor Who,
I was about to
actually.
say, it's kind of cool. The guy that's in charge of this corporation gets brought into this room full of jars of blue brains with eyeballs, and the guy that's the leader of these aliens is like, "Yeah, we're gonna cut your brain open." And
The doctor?
no, to the
ghost?
head of the corporation.
Oh, okay.
He's like, "We're gonna replace your brain with one of these guys."
And he's just like, all right.
Well, I mean, there's not a whole hell of a lot of shit he could do about it.
Okay.
Because there's like a bunch of them.
All right.
Yeah. So the doctor figures out that there's because they have these places in all of the capital cities all around the world. And so heads of state have been fucking brainjacked by these blue brains with eyeballs. And
Sounds plausible.
yeah, absolutely. And so then they find a derelict ship up in orbit that is primed to explode. He's like, "Shit, this is a bomb. What are they going to do with a bomb?" And so they figure out that the plan is to crash this giant alien spaceship nuclear weapon straight into New York City.
Oh, damn.
And the only building that will remain is the corporate headquarters of these fucking alien dudes. And so their plan is to drive all of the heads of state to those buildings because clearly the Earth is under attack by aliens.
Right.
What's the only building left in New York that was still standing after this? This corporate headquarters. Clearly, those places are the safest places in the entire world.
And so they're going to get all their brains.
Exactly. So their plan is to then drive all of these terrified humans straight into the blue brain goo.
Blue brain goo. So, and of course, the Doctor saves the day.
Doctor
right?
saves the day. The kid with superpowers gets the girl.
Of course,
there's a baby in there.
So,
somewhere.
how does Christmas factor into this?
Not at all.
So that's what's kind of, when I saw the promotional stills for this episode, it didn't really look very Christmassy.
It is not, because literally the only part of it that takes place at Christmas is when he meets the kid at the very beginning.
So it's basically just an episode of Doctor Who.
Yes.
Now, what's your favorite Christmas special? Because I already know mine.
I mean, the River Song actually good.
Okay, so I haven't seen that one, but
apparently the UK really hated the River Song one too.
Really?
So it's weird.
My favorite Christmas special that I've seen is the Christmas Carol one. Where
that is a good one.
That is such a good one, where he meets this Scrooge type character and ends up going back in time, and he's got the girl that's all frozen and everything, and it's just that one's so good, and it felt so Christmassy.
Yeah.
Too, even more so than the one that had Nick Frost as Santa Claus.
I really hated that one.
Yeah, I
fucking hated that one.
I wasn't too big on that one either. Do you think that Doctor Who as a series is kind of taking a turn for the worst? Do you think it's getting less appealing? I haven't watched in a while, and I was a diehard fan for a long time.
And that was the thing. Like, I feel like would have been fully invested if you had stayed for those last 3 episodes of last season, because they were real compelling.
Okay, I need to go back and watch it.
Yeah,
I always liked Stephen Moffat, and a lot of the episodes that he wrote during Russell T Davies' run of the show were some of my favorites, like Blink and The Girl in the Fireplace and Silence in the Library and those. So yeah, I keep saying I got to give it another try. I just got to sit down and do it, and it's and it sucks because there's always a different show on that I want to watch, or a different video game that I want to play, and having a full-time job and being in a relationship and everything just makes it tough to just be a super nerd.
Yeah. I don't really know how I feel about the idea of Stephen Moffat stepping back from being the showrunner, because that is the plan. After this next season,
do we have someone else in line?
I saw his name the other day.
Is it Mark Gatiss?
No, it's not. It's Chris something.
Because Mark Gatiss wrote quite a few episodes,
and he does really well too.
He works on Sherlock.
Yeah.
He actually plays Mycroft.
Yeah. It's not Mark Gatiss. Steven and Mark are still working on Sherlock, so that actually starts here today, doesn't it?
Oh shit!
First episode of new Sherlock is
Need
today.
to get up on some Sherlock then.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch the shit out of that.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we are just about done. Unless you got something else you need to say.
Well, I was just gonna talk a little bit about the incoming companion. Like, have you seen?
No, I haven't seen anything.
She reminds me of a mix of Rose Tyler and like a cartoon character.
Is it a girl, boy?
Yeah, it's a young black lady.
Okay.
I don't know much about her, and obviously we haven't seen her in anything yet. She's not in the Dr. Mysterio Christmas special, but when the new season starts, she is going to be the companion. I don't really...
Is it the girl that was in the school that he took in the TARDIS?
I don't think so.
It's not that girl?
Her name is Bill.
That's a weird name for a girl.
It is a weird name.
But of course, the actress that played Rose Tyler is named Billy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a British thing.
Maybe.
Calling girls Bill.
Yeah. I don't know. But I am not quite sold on her yet. I need to see at least a full episode with her in it before I can determine whether I like her at all.
Yeah.
Because right now, in all the promotional material, I'm not sold yet.
I just didn't like Clara. I really didn't.
I liked Clara at the beginning.
I didn't like Clara. I loved Amy and Rory. I absolutely adored Donna Noble.
Yep.
I loved Martha Jones. I was never a big fan of Rose.
Me neither.
Clara,
and that's kind of why I have
like.
problems with Bill.
Yeah.
Because Bill reminds me of Rose, and I don't care for Rose.
I want the Doctor to have another robot companion. He had a robot companion. No, he had like an android companion.
Yeah, I remember
back
when
in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want the Doctor to have another one of those, like an unconventional, or a dude. Just have a dude with him.
Yeah, I mean, one that isn't like specifically tied. Like Rory, I love Rory, but Rory didn't exist.
The
without
Doctor's
Amy.
companions don't always have to be female.
Yeah,
but the Doctor is a dude. He'll never be a woman. Sorry, SJWs. It's not going to happen.
It's probably gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
It's probably gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
They did it with the Master.
It's not gonna happen.
It's probably gonna happen.
What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Send us an email at dorkagepodcast@gmail.com if you want to. You don't have to.
Tweet us.
Tweet us. Leave us a comment.
Make sure you like us on Facebook.
If you give us a nice comment, we might read it on the podcast. If you write a really shitty comment, we will definitely
talk about it. Yeah,
read it on the podcast.
But thanks to Patrick.
Yeah, thank you, Patrick. It's nice to. That was a great way to ring in the New Year's, is seeing someone really appreciate the time that we spend on this.
Yeah.
All right, we're done. See you in 21.